Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Auto Club Speedway as we round out the fifth race weekend of the year. Well, actually, technically, I guess the sixth race weekend, but it's the fifth race of the 2009 Coke Vanilla Cup Series season. And alongside me once again is Stephen Paul III.
Hello, guys. How you doing?
If you weren't watching the duels, then you wouldn't know that one of our front row guys actually was in a wreck and has to start out rear. So Rafael Leduc, who won Duel 2, gets promoted up to the front row, starting alongside our pole sitter, Mary Shelley. Row 2 will see Logan Alexander and Marcus Ambrose, who won Duel 1. Chris Wilson, Bradley Ream will make up row 3 with Steve Pollard, Jack James row 4. Sam Schluter and Allison Rain make up row number 5. Here's the rest of starting grid as I hand over to Steven for his thoughts and predictions.
So it's gonna be an interesting race to say the least for sure. We got 63 laps, 13 laps long and lap. Look out for the 20. Brian James might be a favorite. His teammate in the Hooter Series won last year with Jesse Turner. Henry won at the mile and a half in Michigan last year, similar track type, so they might be a favorite here. Trying to avoid the early wreck and under caution, we're gonna have a big wreck. The best finish by a driver making their debut non-Daytona, the final row, is SP3 and William Brock. We're not going to mention the name, but he finished second. Can Willie Calhoun and the 77 of Diego Yepes pull off the feet and win at a non-Daytona track? Mary Shelley's toward the front, and then that Seth Cole backup is on fire. Let's see if they can make his way to the front of the field.
And with all that said, let's go trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
You know what? I'm not gonna actually. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight Charles Sanford as my driver to watch. Stater Brothers car looks to be strong so far this week. I think he could get it done on his home track.
Try to see who am I? I'm gonna watch out for probably the 77. When they made races last year, they were pretty strong with William Flickr. I think they had a good run at Darlington in some of the races. They just struggling to make them, and they got hometown sponsorship. So I look for them to be strong.
Well, and you know what? This is a track where you can start out back and make your way up to the front. And you know what? Look at where these guys are both starting. They're starting towards the back. Onboards that we will carry in this one. If I go real, well, you probably have the list. You didn't tell me actually. I know you told me and I forgot it.
Oh well, I'll pull that up real quick. Actually, hold on.
I was gonna go based off of the points, but technically there's the list.
No, we got a lot of onboard. The 9 missed it, so it's the 20, the 29, the 88 missed it, the 96 missed it, the 6 missed it, and the 55. So we only got 3 onboards.
The 20,
yep.
The 29,
and the 99.
And the 99.
Our other onboards were supposed to be the 88, 96, 6, and 55, and the 9. But you know what? They all missed the race.
Okay, well, great. You know what?
Yeah, seriously.
In response to that, they added a 4th one. We're actually going to also ride on board Chris Wilson if we need to. We gave it to a points leader.
Yeah, why not? Give it to the target.
So we've got 4 of them. As pace car is off, and the Animaniacs 500 is green.
Yeah, good jump by Mary here in the 18. Won the pole here a few seasons ago in the trucks, yeah. Yes.
As already, Chris Wilson's going to make it 3 wide. Logan Alexander made it 3 wide in the back.
Yep, you got to expect to see that 4 wide almost back here.
Actually, his Brock might have been the one I saw. I saw the white logo on the hood. I guess I saw the 51. I thought it was... Actually, there's the 08. Yeah, so it was the 51 I saw that made that move.
Yep, the Daytona car for the 08 car. Willie Calhoun toward the front of the field, trying to, do a good showing in her first start. Could probably even enter the top 42 in points if she wins.
Well, could. Depends on what happens, obviously.
Chris Wilson, who was really good in the duels, didn't mean to cut you off there, Charles. He's going for the lead. 47, a good pitch strategy.
It will be Mary Shelley, though, that leads lap 1. Wilson might be able to lead lap 2, though. Is the clouds out today on this late February, early March morning?
I believe so.
As Ambrose going to try and make the move for second. This is not the line we saw working the duels, though, and it's still not working today. Mary Shelley's going to get second spot back.
Yep. Trying to get to the front. She gets to that 4 wide a little bit back here.
Well, staggered 3. Logan Alexander, top 4 are single file. Leduc trying to get a clear in that 5th spot. Couldn't quite clear into turn 1. 3 wide with James and Winnie Calhoun. Actually, Jack James is going to be the one that clears out of that. So now the top 5 single file as they'll try and break away from the field. Another driver that was making their season debut, not their Coconut debut, Allie Nelson back in the 33rd spot in car 11, still looking for her first career win.
Yep, in the 100th start for her.
As Ryan George is 3 wide.
Trying to come
that was
down.
with Schluter and JT. Allison Rain still stuck in the middle, 3 wide.
Yes, we do have 2 charter cars in the race here. Steve Paul making his way through the field. Yeah, the 99 cars was for only racing.
Ambrose had to cut off Alexander. That was in the move for second. Meanwhile, LeDuc and Calhoun still battling for position as well.
Get a little dicey right here. Comes Jack James in the Guitar Hero car. We're not going to be singing because we don't want copyright strikes, but here he comes.
Well, no, we can see it. You just can't play the music.
No, that's true.
As Jack James going to try and get by Alexander for 4th. Ambrose clears for 3rd. And Ambrose actually going to take a peek again at the 18. So it looks like Ambrose is a quicker car than Mary Shelley. Just can't quite complete the move.
Nope. As down the inside.
Well, might actually get it done this time.
Yeah, there it comes.
Is farther along. And Ambrose should have that move done by turn 1.
Great race for Ambrose. Probably one of his coming out party races right here. Chris Wilson finished 2nd right here. He wants to get the bride this weekend in Atlanta, but Mary Shelley is going out to no man's land.
As Logan Alexander trying to get that 3rd spot away, but it looks like Shelley's going to find some grip up on that top line and motor back by the 08 down the back straightaway.
That's for sure.
And LeDuc going to try and get 4th spot away from the 08. Another driver that was quick early on in the final practice session, Henry Sanford, coming up to the front of the field now in car number 2.
Yeah.
Up to 8, 3 on the outside of 3 wide though for turn 1. Looks like LeDuc might clear Alexander off turn 2. Not quite clear yet, but will be before turn 3. Alexander tried to cut off the 8, and it's going to allow Henry Sanford to make a move.
Yep, coming down here. The 8 car at no man's land again for the 8.
Well, but Jack James going to try and make that move work for him. He's going to try and go to the outside of the 08. Sanford's going to go low. They're going to split the rookie down the front straightaway.
Yeah, just show the rookie his stripes right there.
As James does get the move done, Sanford falls back in line. And Mary Shelley took a peek to the outside of Ambrose for 2nd. Couldn't quite make the move work.
Yep. And falling into the line. Look a little spread out just a little bit.
Winnie Calhoun actually got back by Henry Sanford for a brief moment. Sanford dove it back in turn 3. Here comes Christian Vargas looking to better their career best run of 40 seconds. So worst case, they can only tie it.
Yeah, seriously. 27, who's having a good run in the points coming up here.
As Jack James took a peek, couldn't quite make the move work. There is Steve Pollard, 4th in points for that 27 car.
Yep, good run for Steve coming back. He made the chase with Kurt Shelmerdine, so good coming out part. Single file. Here's Brian James right here, who had a terrible run here last year.
Well,
LeDuc is up here.
Jack James and a battle for the lead. Ambrose takes a peek at the 42. A pair of drivers who ran really well in Duel 1. They're up here at the front.
Yeah,
but Wilson clears once again.
This is Ambrose's, where's Marcus? His 21st start. His best finish was 4th at Cleveland, which is not unsurprisingly here.
As Alexander tries to make the move on LeDuc for 4th. They almost made a battle for 3rd as well. Alexander going to have to fall back in line. Vargas trying to get by Henry Sanford, it looks like. Or tried to make a move on Jack James, and that failed. One or the other.
99 car down the inside. Can Vargas make the clear?
Vargas got alongside, but it's going to be that outside line that pulls down the front straightaway. Henry Sanford pushes the 8 back in front. LeDuc's going for 3rd.
Yeah, LeDuc has also never won a Coke Vanilla Cup Series race, trying to get his first win here.
Well, he just had so many D&Qs last season, it's hard to make to win one.
That Petty 45 sucked, so.
His best shot actually ended up being at Velton's Arena, but yeah.
Yeah, out of all places.
As Jack James going to lose the spot to Vargas, at least temporarily. Henry Sanford might try and follow through.
Yep, down the inside. Ooh, getting loose.
James is still there, though, down the front straightaway. And Pollard kind of mentioned a little bit with Brian James. There's two James on the screen. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Brian James, obviously, the infamous incident last year in the Hooters race when he actually LePaged the field coming off pit lane. Side by side again for third. That's going to open the door for Logan Alexander to try and dive it in. Can't quite get there, though.
Yep, trying to come there. Away car did not win last season. The EM team has never won. The 60 is now merged with EM.
Yep. And they only got the one car into the field. Gatlin Downey DNQ'd. Mary Shelley's going to lose third spot, though, to LeDuc. Might also lose fourth when all is said and done. That 18 just kind of hanging on for dear life, it looks like.
That is an understatement.
As LeDuc slides it up. Couldn't quite clear, but is far enough ahead where the 18 had to lift.
Big time.
Vargas trying to get by Winnie Calhoun as well. Looks like Shelley should get the run here on the 08 off of turn 4.
Yep, make it clear right there.
As 3 wide between the rookies, Logan Alexander, Winnie Calhoun, and Christian Vargas.
Coming down the inside. Winnie Calhoun doing great. We saw him. Oh my God, Jack James just went up 3 stories.
Still 3 wide off turn 2, though, between these 3 rookies.
Wow, that was crazy. He slid. He was really going on that Stradivarius guitar.
As Calhoun clears now, Jack James going to try and follow Logan Alexander around the outside of Vargas. That's the better way of saying that. As Calhoun now taking their shot at the 18 of Mary Shelley.
Yep.
As Mary Shelley continues to fall back and now is going to lose the 4th spot to the 34.
Coming down the inside. 34's got some speed.
LeDuc blocked the 18 again.
Now, you remember, this team is not slow. I think the 34 with Sam Young, they had good runs, but like Ben Charles mentioned with another driver, just so many DNQs.
We are already pitting lap 15.
But we saw this work out for some of them, so this is not out of character.
So Chris Wilson, who has led the first, has led since lap 2, gives the lead up to Marcus Ambrose and is the only driver on pit lane.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Could that be because they were out in front? Burn more fuel while leading. As Calhoun still trying to get by Mary Shelley. Now, all these drivers obviously trying to position themselves for when they have to pit. Looks like Henry Sanford's going to stay out, and he's going to use that to his advantage as he drives all the way around the outside. Mary Shelley gets a spot coming to pit lane off of the 14 of LeDuc. Alexander, Calhoun, Vargas, James, Braddock, Rain, Bohemian. At this point, just show you who's pitting.
Yeah, everybody's got it fitting.
But the mass is there making the pit stops on lap 16. Henry Sanford gets 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Comes into this race 17th in points, so every point matters there.
Seriously.
And it looks like LaPlante is going to try to gain some spots coming to pit lane. I don't think it quite worked for him.
Don't hit the orange cone, buddy.
As the rest of the field pits this time around, there is Chris Wilson. How is this going to work for him, pitting that first lap around? And where will he cycle out in relation to the 47? Actually, it looks like the 47 is going to beat him out. Because there is the 47 of Ambrose. There's Wilson. But Ambrose not up to speed yet. And actually, so Ambrose is going to beat the 42 off of pit lane. By a handsome margin, too. As Bradley Ream also led a lap on pit lane, worth mentioning. But
Yep,
there
that's
is
awesome plan.
LaPlante. There
5 points is definitely going to help that car out.
There's Henry Sanford. He won the race off pit lane off of that group.
Yeah,
But it is Ambrose that will cycle back.
Yeah, like we said, we saw some cars have a lot of covers and move up to the front after pit stops. So we see the 71 and 10th right now, but I don't think scoring is completely cycled through.
No, it hasn't. Chris Wilson's going to get by Henry Sanford here, I think, in the battle for second. And it should cycle to Marcus Ambrose leading the field. And it does. Wilson second. Sanford in third. Calhoun is... Well, actually, we'll watch the battle for second. We'll see who gets this, actually.
Yeah.
But it is Calhoun in fourth as these two continue to fight over second. It is a 7/10 of a second lead for Marcus Ambrose, but that's going to shrink mightily quickly.
Yeah, seriously. They're going to catch him.
Now, even while battling side by side, they're catching him. As Wilson does get the spot off of Sanford. Calhoun fourth. Mary Shelley is in fifth. LaPlante sixth. Alexander and LeDuc are battling for seventh. Brian James is in ninth. As this battle rages on now. Sam Schluter has gotten into 10th, past Bradley Ream. Diego Yepes, in his debut, currently runs in 12th. Colin Cropley in 13th. Jack James, Bill Brack Jr., Kenny Moma, Allison Rain. Allie Nelson is moving up through the field. She's up to 18th. Brett Hill, Amy Shelley, the top 20. Vargas is back to 21st. Juan Rodriguez, Dylan Abrahamian, JT Bryant, Tristan Wilhoit, William Duncan, Paul Swanson, Landon Smith Jr., Pretty Shaw, and Stephen Paul III are the top 30. Although Fitzwater wants that 30th spot away.
Yep.
Steve Pollard has fallen to 32nd. Charles Sanford, 33rd. Balfour, 34th between James Qualls and Ryan George. Tim Randolph, Time Pollard, Seth Cole, Brett Moma, Matt McIntyre, William Brock, and Max Anderson. But all 42 cars still on the lead lap and running.
Yep, like I said, and we survived. There was no wrecks in the bottom of the racetrack, so that was good.
Yeah, we managed to survive this round of pit stop. We'll monitor the race for the lead, but meanwhile, Mary Shelley looking for fourth on Winnie Calhoun.
Never thought I'd say that.
As it looks like Calhoun's going to get the run, though, through 3 and 4. LaPlante currently looking on in 7th.
Yep,
Henry Sanford's taking a peek for second now. Those tires have gone up to temperature for the two.
With Henry's trying to go back-to-back at 2-mile tracks right here.
Well, he's already got the streak going at the 1.5 miles too, right? So why not?
So why even show up at this point?
As Sanford alongside Wilson, but it looks like Chris Wilson's going to get the advantage into turn 3.
Yep. The 47, it's gone. I can't even remember. Has the 47 won before?
Well, Gene won at Irwindale.
Oh, that's right. So that's her last win. Yep.
And she didn't win last year, so yeah, that was just that one win at Irwindale.
Yep.
As Sanford and Wilson going at it. Here comes that 42, looking for the race lead down the back straightaway. Can't quite make the move. He's going to try it into turn 3.
Can they stick it?
Sanford's going to go to the top and try and get around the 42 that way.
Yep, see how they can do. 47, great run. And this 47 car won the duel last year, so it's not surprising they finished 5th with
And
Gene.
it won duel 1. It won its duel this year.
Yep.
So, I mean, that 47 is quick. As Sanford alongside Wilson, but now in the less favorable line through 1 and 2. But still alongside down the back straightaway.
Oh.
As it show a little bit of the ticker, or at least it tried to at more occasional times. As Sanford to second now, past Chris Wilson, sets his sights now on the 47 of Marcus Ambrose. And also, worth mentioning again, because we haven't said it yet, Henry Sanford trying to become the first driver in Coconut Cup Series history to have 10 wins.
All-time winningest driver, and Charles Jackson will get bumped back to the non-actives. As here he comes, Chris Wilson to the bottom.
Well, Wilson took a peek at it because Sanford tried to use the high line to get past the 47. Couldn't quite make it work.
LeDuc in 7th, the top running, like, technically aligned Hendrick car right now. They need some shot in the arm for anything.
Well, he's battling
Awesome,
LaPlante for that spot.
We have LaPlante up here. The only Hendrick car out of 5 to make the race.
As Logan Alexander has gone around Winnie Calhoun for 5th.
Logan Alexander, he needs a shot in the arm. Let me check this thing real
Well,
quick.
Alexander comes into this one. Not that far down. I'm not quite sure where.
He's best finished in 11th so far this year, so they definitely, and they DNQ'd their first race in ever because Mary didn't miss one yesterday, so last year. Yeah. So the team needs a shot in the arm.
LeDuc now trying to use that outside line. Couldn't quite get alongside the 34, though. And battle for the lead. Here comes Henry Sanford.
Yep, here comes Henry. I mean, God, Henry is just so good, or it's just hot and cold for Henry.
I picked the wrong Sanford. That's what happened. As Ambrose still alongside.
I think pretty soon that Gene's going to just swap into this car, and Henry's going to try to make the 87 work.
As Wilson trying to go to second now on Sanford. Ambrose keeps the lead for now. I think that's going to work for Wilson, too, because it should be able to get the second spot down the front straightaway.
Yep.
As these three have just checked out. They're still pulling away from 4th place.
Yeah, they are on rails right now.
Like, 4th place, that's because Mary Shelley's now battling for 4th with Logan Alexander.
That's kind of the issue, too.
As LeDuc's alongside Calhoun, Brian James has gone by Austin LaPlante, and Sam Schluter now joins this battle as scraping in the wall there for a moment. And I thought it was because maybe someone was getting ready to pit. We should be getting close to a second round of green flag pit stops.
That's right. We're probably going to see 3 today.
We might see 4.
Yeah, that's true.
Based on when that first cycle happened, to be fair, I didn't expect to see them pitting a lap 15. Other than up until we saw the duels, I didn't expect to see them pit that early. So we'll watch Wilson because Wilson was the driver who pit first the last time around. And it hasn't seemed to affect him either because he's actually getting better almost at this stage of run.
Yeah, so maybe
only
his car is set up
Only 5/10 of a fall off there for the lap time.
Oh, well, maybe his car is set up for the longer run. That's probably what I can think of.
As Wilson all over that. As LaPlante gets shot up the track by Sam Schluter.
Yeah, it's oh, Jesus.
Brian James has gone around the 14. Schluter now takes a look at LeDuc. Couldn't quite make it work. Alexander again going for 4th.
Oh, against the old ride battle, kind of.
Kind of. It's the old ride battle for Mary Shelley.
Yeah.
Wilson stays out again. Henry Sanford wants the lead again.
Henry's getting greedy.
Still alongside Wilson. Pulls it alongside Ambrose into turn 1. Ambrose had to give him room.
Yep. If they win, free little Debbie's in the booth.
As Wilson pushes the 47 back in front. Wilson not in a spot to be able to pit. But it looks like Ambrose is going to decide that he wants to pit first this time.
Yeah, can we? Oh!
Wilson's going to pit as well.
Chris Wilson faked him.
Wilson drove around the 47 pits with the 42. 42 made 17 laps that time.
Yeah.
And not alone because Winnie Calhoun also pits.
A lot of cars.
Alexander, Shelley, Braddock,
points.
James, Duncan and Sanford, as well as McIntyre, who's got damage to the right side of his 39, and Anderson. So it looks like Henry's planning to pit this time around.
Yep.
Yeah, he is. Brian James will stay out, though. So who comes down with the 2 as Brian James will get 5 bonus points for leading a lap. Diego Yepes, his teammate, is in. Landon Smith Jr.'s blown up again. They also had engine problems in final practice.
Well, oh no, there's the.
Oh, this could be bad.
God.
This could be bad. Logan Alexander's going to get held up on the access road.
And how about the teammate?
Oh.
No. That's a caution.
Don't stop on the track. Don't stop on the track.
Yeah, that's going to be yellow. This is going to screw up the whole running order.
Is it? Caution does not wave. 37's parked. Okay, we will stay green.
Yep.
As Pretty Shaw to the race lead as she stays out an extra lap.
She was hoping that caution was coming out.
LeDuc is second. There's Henry Sanford on pit exit. There's Ambrose. Where's Chris Wilson, though?
That's a good question.
Like, he is... There he is. He lost a ton of ground on pit lane. So now, as Pretty Shaw pits, it looks like it's going to be the battle between Marcus Ambrose and Henry Sanford.
Let's see right here. Yeah, Pretty Shaw's going to get those valuable 5 points.
Well, Shaw already got the 5 bonus points, but it still has to cycle back around. And we're going to have to figure out...
Down.
Well, how much is that because it still hadn't cycled yet?
That's true.
I doubt it's gonna fully cycle this time. This should put the 47 and 2 up to second and third. Yeah, because the 19 is leaving pit lane now. So survey says it does. So, and Wilson lost 2 seconds in that pit cycle.
Oh, that's tough.
And that might be game over.
Probably. Well, it depends if we don't have a caution or not.
As right now...
Yeah, this is up to 8th.
Well, it's...
How about look at this 8th, 9th, and 10th. The 3 drivers making their first start this season.
As Sanford all over the back of the 47 right now. Depends on if these two actually start battling as well.
And look at this. This is also... I think Henry Sanford's having nightmares of Little Debbie's.
So, as Sanford goes for the race lead into turn 1.
Henry's got the better car. I mean, Henry's been on this career resurgence since, I believe, like the 21st race of the year last year. About trying to get the 7th win since then, I believe.
Well,
or 6th.
It depends on when you look at it starting, but he had 4 wins last year. He has the win already this year. Ambrose trying to deny him that as... So these are the top 2. Wilson is 3rd. McIntyre lost a lap repairing the damage. Logan Alexander, Austin LaPlante are battling for 4th. Here comes Yepes looking for a spot inside the top 5.
Called it.
He's up to 6th. Brian James is 7th. Nelson is 8th. Anderson did lose a lap. Calhoun is 9th. LeDuc is fending off for 10th right now. Whoops. Brett Hill, Sam Schluter, Allison Rain, Bill Bragg Jr., Colin Cropley, Mary Shelley's back to 16th. Juan Rodriguez, Christian Vargas, Bradley Ream, Charles Sanford, William Duncan, Jack James, Amy Shelley, Stephen Paul III, Kenny Moma, JT Bryant, Paul Swanson, Pretty Shaw, Zachary Fitzwater, Delon Ebrahimian, Tristan Wilhoit, Steve Pollard, James Qualls, Time Pollard, Brett Moma, Seth Cole, Tim Randolph, Ryan George, and William Brock are the lead lap cars.
Here comes
as they're
Henry.
side by side again.
They just won't get off each other.
Well, this is exactly what Chris Wilson needs right now. Back there in third, 3 seconds back.
Yep.
As they're still side by side coming to the line with what will be now 24 laps to go. Ambrose still leads.
And remember, the 77 is a teammate to Henry, so they're probably running almost a similar separate. Yepes gained a few tenths, but that's enough to make up in 23 laps.
As Sanford still alongside, can't quite make the move work. We check back in on this battle. Allie Nelson has gone up into the top 5. She's trying to go by Logan Alexander for 4th.
If Nelson wins, I think Charles is going to follow the booth.
I might. I mean, figure Tom Gerard reaction at the very least.
Yeah. Seriously, it would be.
As Nelson up to 4th. Can she do it? Can she make up 3 seconds? Matt McIntyre's trying to go by Chris Wilson. Is there side-by-side again? Sanford edges in front down the back.
They just cannot get away from each other, man. The side draft is so crucial at this track.
Well, and it's that outside line working through 3 and 4. Here comes Ambrose back alongside.
Trying it, just trying to ever so slightly.
Ambrose will get the run to the line. But that time, I think Sanford leads the lap.
Yeah,
no,
really,
Ambrose
really
barely by 2,000ths.
I mean, when you say barely, I mean barely.
But the fight's going to be over there. Henry Sanford to the lead.
And that's why it might be all she wrote.
So now can Ambrose fight back? Do these two decide to work together a little bit?
Nah, the 47's trying to get his first career win. Henry's trying to go for 10. Gotta be a little greedy here.
Well, and Henry is actually gapping the 47.
Yeah, just a little bit.
So we check back in here. Nelson's gone by McIntyre. Sets her sights now on the 42 of Wilson. Yepes trying to get by Logan Alexander for 5th.
Yep, trying to make the move.
Also trying not to get held up behind the 39, though.
That's true, too, yeah.
Well, Ambrose kind of, at the very least, is sitting in line, basically. I wonder if this is just a strategy, though, for him. That might be.
Yeah, spreading his time.
Well, because you figure everyone has to pit one more time.
And when you go for 2 tires or something here, we can see this whole top 10 pack. Really clean race, too, compared to the last 2 ones. Very clean this weekend. This one so far.
Nelson alongside Wilson. This is the battle for 3rd.
If I jinx that, you can smack me.
As McIntyre clears Alexander, so does Yepes. So now move the 77 up to 4th. Wilson's going to try and get that outside line going for him through 3 and 4.
Yep, trying to come down. And here comes Al. I mean, we already saw JGR win earlier this year at 3 unit.
And in Hooters at Atlanta. As
That
here
is
comes
true.
Yepes.
That 77's on rails.
Trying to go to 4th now on Nelson.
And they're 2 seconds back. It's not like
they
they're
are closing, too. It wasn't that long ago. These guys were 3 seconds back.
Yeah, it seems like maybe that Henry is not a good lead car like the 47 was, possibly.
As Nelson was sideways going into turn 3.
Anderson's keeping on with this pack. They have extra 2 cars in this pack, too. That's what's helping them.
They've got 2 lap cars. They've got 2 lappers in this pack, McIntyre and Anderson.
And that's they lost a little bit of time there.
Well, they went back to 2.9.
Yeah, but that's still enough time and that many laps to get him alleyed up. The 11 car has not won since James Qualls did it at Sonoma in season 5. It's been a minute since the 11 won. Kenny Bale did absolutely nothing in this car.
Well, Wilson pulls back in front of the lead of this pack. Nelson trying to clear McIntyre at the very least.
Yeah, I'm pretty positive the 11 car when it ran with Brett I did really good with Derrickson, but I think it's since with the 11 with Gibbs, they've only won 1 race. Actually, let me check that.
Well, Derrickson won twice, I think, in that car. Is there 3 wide for 3rd? Yepes, Alley, Nelson, and Wilson.
That's a good battle. The 11 cars won actually 2 races. One with Ishtail at the second Daytona race in 05, and then 07 with Sonoma. So they're trying to get the 3rd win. Chris Wilson finished 2nd here last year. He doesn't want to not get the bride today. He wants to get that lead.
I mean, he doesn't want to be the bridesmaid.
Yes, exactly. As here we go, Nelson.
Nelson still alongside Wilson off turn 4. Yepes had to fall back in line.
Yep, and I mean, it's all about 2 tires. I mean, if these guys take 2 tires and the leaders take 4, they can gap them and stuff. Here we 15 laps to go.
As the gap's holding firm up front, Nelson farther alongside Wilson this time than she has been.
Yep, the 08 car. A lot of cars that are low in the points are in this back here. They need these runs.
As looks like Wilson might have been trying to make the indication that he was going to pit.
I don't know what he's doing.
As he chops off the 39, Nelson will clear for a moment. So move the 11 up to third now.
Oh, 77 looks like you said these cars stall out side by side. Yep, it's got a hell of a run off that front stretch.
As Wilson way up the track.
Yep. Oh, somebody's pitting or somebody ran into
That
issue.
is Brock is the first to pit.
Yeah, he's out of the race, so it doesn't matter.
He was 40th. So
63 to 263 now. That's the closest they've been in a while. Here we go.
as Wilson's going to pit. Nelson looks like she's going to pit. Calhoun's going to pit. Yepes got held up. No, Yepes. Oh, Yepes got held up a ton. Alexander and McIntyre both pit.
Who wants
Brian
to get those
James
5 bonus
also
points?
got held up. Braddock was in.
What are you going to do? 4-2.
Austin LaPlante was leading.
Now he's leading in the 5.
So LaPlante to the lead means that Sanford and Ambrose both pit.
Can we make it oh, God, 51. Oh, God, the lap car, it's going to be hairy.
And it was 4 tires for those that were pitting there.
Oh,
LaPlante
this
has
could
to
be
worry
dicey.
about the 51.
It's going to be dicey with Anderson.
Anderson's going to pit. LaPlante stays out.
I think he didn't want to crash the car.
Who else pits? Yepes, Rain, Cropley, Hill, Vargas, Rodriguez. Actually, quite a few at the back.
Yep.
Oh, Seth!
Oh, God.
That was
Jesus Christ.
That was an instance where Mary Shelley was coming out of the pits. Seth was trying to come in. And that was nearly disaster.
Disaster is an understatement. We saw that in the duels. God, that was almost a huge.
Well, we saw it on pit exit in the duels.
Yeah, that's true. That was coming into the pits. And this is what I'm saying with the lap traffic. This is going to get hairy.
As LaPlante's going to pit, but he lost a ton of ground on that in lap. This is evidenced by Brian James, Sam Schluter, and LeDuc all closing in. There is Sanford, nowhere to be seen as the 47.
Yep, 23rd now.
And he's up to 23rd. There's Ambrose back there. That has got to be like 2 seconds, though.
LeDuc is now leading, apparently.
There's Nelson. Well, so LeDuc's leading on pit lane, though.
Oh, that's true. Paul at the 3rd. That's the first time
so
we've seen him in the top 20.
Nelson's trying to close in on Ambrose. This would be the battle for 2nd.
Yep.
And it was 4 tires for those guys on pit lane, too.
I'm surprised. I'm really shocked with that decision.
So no one hitting for 2 tires.
I'm barely shocked with that. I'm not going to lie.
As coming around, it hasn't cycled fully around yet. As there's LaPlante coming on pit exit.
Henry Sanford. In the last race 21, that's 15. We're 5 races here. In the last 20 races, Henry's trying to win 6 out of the last 20 races. That is a tear.
I'm shocked that someone's managed to do it with the new rating system.
And it's not like Henry had good stats here either. That's the funny part.
Yeah, this isn't one of his better tracks at all. As Henry is going to lead this time around with now 11 laps to go. The lead is a monstrous 2.1 seconds, but Ambrose has picked up drafting help in the form of Allie Nelson. LaPlante is 4th.
Go ahead.
I was going to go through the field. Alexander, Yepes. Charles Sanford's up into the top 10.
Where the hell did you come from?
Brian James, Colin Cropley, and Sam Schluter, the top 10. Brett Hill, Winnie Calhoun, Mary Shelley, Braddock, Duncan, LeDuc. Wilson's back to 17th. Pollard, Rain, Rodriguez, Swanson, Amy Shelley, Bradley Ream, Shaw, MoMA, Fitzwater, James, Vargas, Everhemian, JT, Will Hoyt, Time Pollard, Qualls, Steve Pollard, MoMA, Randolph, Seth Cole, Ryan George, and William Brock. Nelson going for 2nd.
Nelson wins this race. The booth is going to explode.
It might. It just might.
We saw
we saw what the reaction was from me when Tom Gerard won after 100+ races.
Well, how fitting would it be? The 48 won last week, then Allie Nelson. Who the hell are we going to talk about then?
As they are closing, the gap is under 2 seconds.
Oh my God! Well, the 11 car is pretty
fast.
battling,
they actually are catching the 2.
Yep, and oh my God, Allie Nelson. Oh my God,
Nelson is quicker than the 47. Steve Pollard
100
somehow apparently has the fastest lap of the race. Because that
I
makes
don't
a
know.
whole lot of sense.
103 starts. It's been Bill Davis, Ganassi, Bill Davis again. Now with Gibbs.
How does... oh, yeah. Wait. There's a car in between there. In between Bill Davis and Gibbs.
No, she ran the Ganassi 41 in her first season.
As Nelson alongside Ambrose, and they're now still closing it. It's under 1.5 seconds.
I wonder if these tires are not fitting with Henry's car.
Or is it the fact of the draft? Is the draft playing that much of a key role here?
Yeah, Allie Nelson. And Allie Nelson hasn't even made a start this year, too. Let this sink in.
Her first start of the year, start number 103, and even going and getting the inside line to work through 3 and 4. We haven't seen that work all weekend.
And yeah, gaining.
They are battling and gaining. Nelson,
oh my God,
trying to get second away from Marcus Ambrose.
You know what we saw last season? Jerry Shelley winning at Kansas. This could equal that mark.
Nelson and Ambrose still side by side. As Sanford's trying to figure out, you're telling me what? They're still closing? Huh?
I think she passed Tom Girard for starts before wins. I'm pretty positive.
Well, we figured Girard didn't have any missed starts. He was race 21 of season 3. He had 1 D&Q. The gap's under a second.
So that would have been it's 92 races. Hers is 103.
As Nelson back in line.
There too. Yeah, push Ambrose. Nope, let's not push Ambrose.
Well, Nelson trying for second. I think she kind of knows whoever is in second when they catch the 2 might be in the better spot.
Yeah, Henry Sanford, he's going to have to block. He's been in this position a lot. Oh, somebody ran into the issue.
Steve Pollard has had brake issues.
Oh, don't stop with the track, Steve.
Well, he's not. The gap is under 5/10. Nelson alongside Ambrose. There's 2,000s.
Almost tied. And they are coming. Oh, God, it's grass from Steve.
Well.
Steve, oh no, at the backstretch. Oh, tell me that's a caution.
That's not caution. He's off the track. No caution.
They got it. Here comes Allie.
Here comes the 47. Here comes the 11. It might not be as much of a slam dunk as we thought it was for Henry Sanford.
Blocking. 3 wide almost.
4 laps to go here at Auto Club.
Here comes Ambrose. Ambrose has never won either. They're catching back there too.
And Ambrose is going to blow by the 2.
Yeah, the 2. What did happen on that pit stop? They didn't make the right adjustments. Here comes Allie though.
Nelson tried to pull alongside. Couldn't quite make the move stick.
Oh, Henry's still in position. Oh, God.
Nelson dives it into turn 3.
Oh, Nelson's got a great run in that car.
And Nelson's going to clear the 2.
Look at the run by the 11. She just holding that damn thing wide open.
3 laps to go. Can Nelson get her first career win? Will it be Ambrose? Will Henry get his 10th?
Oh my, I mean the 11 car's oh my God, the 11's the best car far hand down. Look at that 11 go.
Here comes Nelson.
No start so far.
This season.
This season, yes. 103. Started out in the here comes Henry though.
Tries to make the move. That might help Nelson.
That is going to help. That's the correct line, unless Henry dumps her. No, Henry's not going to dump her.
2 laps to go, and it's going to be a 3-car fight. LaPlante trying to close in, but not able to.
No, look back there, down the 146 for LaPlante and Yepes.
As Nelson dives it into turn 1.
Can LaPlante and Yepes get there?
Nelson side by side off turn 2. Gonna have to fall back in line.
Oh, she can dive it in there. Maybe. Nope, gonna fall back in line. Henry's gonna help her out a lot here. 47 gets a bad arc, but that going. Oh, they're coming back there. They're flying. White flag coming.
Yep. White flag. 1 left to go here at Auto Club. 2 corners for the 11.
And Nelson's best finish was second at Sonoma. All the way back in 06. Can she do it? Oh, here we go. 47 got loose.
Ambrose sideways through 1 and 2. Nelson
here she comes.
Tries to pull it out of line down the back. Someone else has problems. No, that was just the 27 getting service.
And the 11th, does she dive it in? Yes, she does. Here we go.
Side by side into turn 3. Ambrose
no
throws
yellow
the
line.
block.
And that's all she wrote.
Marcus Ambrose is going to get his first career win, and it's not even on a road course. He wins at Auto Club.
Oh, God. You're not going to see him at the Golden Gate Bridge tonight. That's a hell of a win. And they almost got there. Yepes with the top 5 in his first career start.
Wow.
Ambrose's best finish was a 4th place at Cleveland
and you know
last
what?
season.
Caution free for 63 laps.
Allie Nelson, that's actually only her second place finish dating back to Sonoma. And you know who won that race? Tristan Wilhoit.
Top 10 today. Marcus Ambrose, Allie Nelson, Henry Sanford, Austin LaPlante, Diego Yepes, who was actually the top finishing rookie today. Brian James.
In his first start.
Logan Alexander, Colin Cropley, Charles Sanford, the hometown boy, gets a 9th, and Sam Schluter.
Another 10th place for them.
Steven, your final thoughts on this one?
Oh, that was great. See, you know what? This is what I'm saying. You don't need Wreckfests. You don't need cautions for this to make this. That was a great race. Yepes and LaPlante were coming. Just ran out of laps in time. Allie Nelson, that's just painful for Allie. But at least she knows the 11 car is going to be fast when she makes races. That's one of the 11's best runs at their Sonoma win, actually, I believe. Unless Austin LaPlante gets another top 5 in the 5 car, the only Hendrick car to make the race. Yepes finished 5th, Calhoun 12th in their debuts. Pollard from the 30th to 16th. Nice rebound for him. Charles and Sam Schuler, second top 10 for him this season. That's kind of a little surprising. Look at the bottom right down here. Landon Smith and Steve Pollard
actually, with the brake issues, had to retire. Okay.
We saw last week, and he also had to pit late at Canadian Tire, so they got to figure out their issues. Not a good run for McIntyre. Seth Cole was up there. Chris Wilson's going to... he finished 19th, so a lot of guys in the top 5 in points. It's not going to be a breakaway here for sure, because I think everybody in the top 6 finished 19th or worse. So, yeah, the points are going to be interesting. Even MoMA, a lot of people had bad runs. Oh, God, everybody's going to close in by a country mile here.
Wilson was the points coming in. He's in 19th.
I think the highest person, man, nobody in the top 10 in points was top 30, I think. Oh, besides LaPlante. No, LaPlante wasn't even. Yeah, nobody in the top 10 and finished in the top 10 was in the top 30 in points. Henry was, but that means... No, Henry's back there.
Sam Schluter was 26. He's 26
Where's
in
Henry?
points.
Henry was 17th, so Henry might get to the top 5 at this rate. So it was a good race weekend here in California. This was the best race of the week, in my opinion, honestly. Next weekend, no Hooters series. We're going to ditch those people, and we're going to run at... we're going to go into Las Vegas, so we'll see us at, for the trucks and the Cup Series.
Yeah, so, I wonder what Kev's going to think, because he had 2 drivers D&Q, and then he has the race winner.
Yeah, seriously.
Congrats to Marcus Ambrose on the win, his first career win. It's not his first career top 10, though, at least.
No.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing related content. Leave a comment down below if you weren't watching the premiere chat with us, or on Discord to let me know what you guys thought of the race or how you guys did. But for Stephen Paul III, I'm Gordon Fan Channel 1, and this has been a production of the NRSL. We'll see you guys next time.
See you guys, man. A little Debbie's for everybody.